chalice pit. The more often we see the things around us, even the beautiful and wonderful things, the more they can become invisible to us. That is why we often take for granted the beauty of this world, the flowers, the trees, the birds, the clouds, even those who we love. Because we see things so often, we see them less and less.
Yeah.
Welcome to our celebration of life this morning. We're very glad to have you. I'm Marty Keller. I'm a member here. We have a sort of rotating board presidency this year, and I am the president for this month. So if you have any questions or concerns, probably don't ask me. Just saying. Our first congregational song is This Little Light of Mine in our regular song book, page 33. Pink one is something we call it. So, please rise in body or spirit as you are. It's number 33. 33.
I'd like to start this one with an introduction from a Doors song, and I'd like to give it some energy, so here we go. All right. Doors song has the word light in the title.
philosophically based on existentialist and feminist principles. Existentialist principles meaning we have agency over our own lives. Feminist principles meaning that we are all equal. Dedicated to human liberation and protection of the natural world. We make our spiritual home here in the old stone church, which was hand-built more than 100 years ago by the African-American Antioch East Baptist Church. We acknowledge always the racial hostility that drove these African-Americans from the area, and we honor them and the powerful history of this place. We also acknowledge that in the 1800s, the Muscogee Creek people were driven from this land, and we support justice for all indigenous people. If you have any community announcements, please write them down and bring them up to me, and I will announce them shortly. There's a paper and pen available on the table in the back. Also, please feel free to move around the sanctuary as you need to during the service. We ask only that you do so quietly so as not to disturb others. We have coffee and tea at the back and a bathroom at the front entrance. There is also a bathroom downstairs to the far right as you go down the stairs. We'd like to take this moment to recognize any newcomers who may be here for the first or second time or return time, and you would just like to reintroduce yourself. We don't want to put anyone on the spot, but are there any newcomers here this morning? Would you like to? You can. Please tell us your name and how you found out about us.
My name is Tony, and I came here with my friend Linda.
Okay, welcome. So if you look on today's program, you'll see a section on which you can write your name and email address, tear it off, and then put in the collection plate when we do the offering. It's an opportunity for you to get more information and learn about us through our communications. You can indicate if you'd like to get our weekly news mail or our monthly newsletter, which lets you know about upcoming events. And now is the time. Are there any birthdays or anniversaries that we want to have people come up here? All right, get up here and let's celebrate here.
Jean, is it your birthday?
Your birthday?
Yeah. All right.
All right, Jean. Is that all you want to tell us about your birthday?
It was a week and a half.
Okay. All right, let's just, rousing birthday celebration song.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear me. Happy birthday to you.
You all sounded good.
All right. I want to already acknowledge Bill Shelton as being our musician. He is such a joy to work with. Thank you. Songs and Tony was booked there and the rest of that.
And printed later. No secret.
All right. Now, please rise as you are willing and able, and it's number, imagine in the regular songbook, number 107, imagine. Now we'd like to take a moment to hear from our fellowship minister, Reverend Marcia Richner. Marcia, would you like to come forward and speak with us?
Hey everybody. Great to have you here this morning, and I must say you're looking mighty fine. I'm glad that you decided to get up and come and join us today. There's just a lot going on in the world, a lot of turmoil, but also there's a lot of good. And I admit to having a problem with focusing a lot of times too much on the turmoil and the chaos and not enough on the good. So I'm kind of dedicating this coming week to focusing on the good and trying to remember that, or keep myself, very aware that there are a lot of things going on during all of this chaos where people are being kind to one another, where goodness is happening, just spontaneous acts of kindness are happening. And that's what makes my heart feel good. And given all the chaos that's going on, for me personally, I feel like it's important that I keep that in mind, that I keep that in my heart and not let the the chaos and the turmoil and the other dragging down. I know I can only do so much, and I do try to do what I can. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to focus a lot of my energy on just feeling good about the fact that I think there's more good in the world than there is bad. And so I hope that y'all will find peace in your heart and help ways to find ways that will help you deal with the chaos.
Thanks, Marcia. I can really support that and understand that. My husband Richard and I had an opportunity to really practice that this past week. We were in Canada during the Republican convention, and we were probably the most beautiful place we've ever been, Lake Louise, Banff, and Jasper National Park in Alberta. And we didn't get stuck in this whole airplane commuter thing, and we don't have COVID, so. Really get what you're saying, Marcia. Okay, we have some community announcements. Both of them are really good. Last weekend's book and bake sale was the biggest and most profitable sale. We made over $1,300. Thanks to all who donated, baked, and worked. Thank you. And I want to remind you that today is our monthly eat and greet. After our service, assistance with table setup is needed, and it doesn't matter if you didn't bring anything. Everybody's welcome to join in this fellowship. So right after the service. At this time, we have a time of silence. You may wish to meditate or pray or just sit quietly. There are candles on each side of the room in case you'd like to light one for any reason. If you move around in the sanctuary, please do so quietly. I'll let you know when 5 minutes are up. So time of silence. So it's my great privilege to introduce our speaker this morning. Kathie deNobriga has lived in 7 cities, and each one she has collected original art from the local artists, some of which is represented here on the walls. The art has followed her from state to state, bringing joy to each new wall. In this talk, she will reflect on the process of having a daily dose of beauty. She is a founding member of Alternate Roots, a service organization for community-based artists in the South. She is currently helping create a book on the history and personnel, regional and national impact of roots since 1976. She was raised in Kingsport, Tennessee, is the oldest of 5 children. She holds a MA in theater directing from Wake Forest University and a BA with honors in speech communications and theater arts. Early career highlights include directing and managing 2 community theaters in North Carolina and performing professionally in Tennessee. She is now semi-retired, serving as the chief wrangler of the annual Community Arts Festival, LakeFest, and she was named 2023 Queer of the Year by Pride Lake and is married to poet Alice Teeter. Please join me in welcoming.
Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Hold up your hand if you cannot really hear me. Can you hear me? Susan, can you come forward a little bit? I'm not sure I can project that far. Oh, Patton's going to help me. May not help. Who knows? He'll turn it up. He'll turn it up. Okay. Thank you, Martin. Where'd she go? Thank you, Martin. And thank you to everyone for asking me back for, I don't know, is this the 5th, 6th time? I don't know. Lose track. Maybe I should write a book. Your Daily Dose of Beauty. That title came first and easy. Your Daily Dose of Beauty. And then the writing begins. Glacially slow. Sifting through tenuous ideas and vague connections, seeking to coalesce these thoughts into concrete, specific words to share with you. As I said, slow. I've been thinking about beauty more than usual since November, when Alice Teeter, in the very back, my wife, moved back into our house in Pine Lake. That August, a huge tree had fallen on our little brick ranch home and destroyed the front corner of the house. After 3 months of fallen tree exile, we moved back into our house. Now, we had already taken down all the art in the damaged living room. Then, in anticipation of a housemate, we stripped 2 more rooms completely. We only have 5 rooms in our house. But we stripped 2 more rooms of their accumulated art and furnishings. There was a considerable pile, which needed to be a much smaller pile. Those of you who have downsized, anybody in the audience, will recognize the challenge, right? But what followed for us was this delicious, almost indulgent period of considering each piece anew. Was this something we could not live without? Is this piece sing to us? Or something that our eyes just sort of slid over now? Had we hung on to it for sentimental reasons? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Or because it looked so damn beautiful. A lot of beauty stacked up in the corners, ready for a new home. How could we possibly find walls for it all? Or should we just stick it in storage to gather cobwebs and dried spiders, along with the other older stacks of art, mostly reminders from my early former homes in North Carolina and Tennessee. Or maybe we could see if that art sang to somebody else. Now, as much as I hate parting with art, I hate even more the idea of it languishing out of sight for years. It just seems like such a dishonor to the artist. Hence, this show, which is partly a silent auction. It's only a part of the collection that we have. Come to our house and we'll show you the rest. Chantal Gadd, Dee Dee Spitz, Donna Mintz, Rhonda Reno, Lois Curtis, Callahan McDonough. But this is a cross-section from 4 states, 7 cities, and you can read little stories about each one of them and bid on some, all the way until September 1. Now, I just want to thank Patton and the team again for a wonderful reception last night. Many of you came, Eleanor and Joe and Nancy, Susan Otson, Stell and Wade, Joe, Edie and Bill, and Sue. Where's Sue? Made the most delicious banana bread, which Patton graciously sent home with me. So I thought of you last night about 8:30 at night. Don, it's like, yeah, this is good. Now, politically, ethically, I support the local blossomings of culture. Food, music, agriculture, architecture, fashion, and art. I think it roots you where you are, keeps you grounded in the place that you stand. Now, I found myself collecting art wherever I lived. Now, I'm going to start, I'm not going to give you a guided tour to all this, don't worry. But I started with William Blake, hardly a local artist. But regardless, in 1971, it was the first art I ever purchased on student stipend. I had connected to Blake's poetry through the masterful teaching of Professor Ed Wilson at Wake Forest, who just recently died. What a loss. He was just such a gentleman and a scholar. But I was enough attracted to his poetry that I was lured to a major exhibition of his work at the Tate Museum in London. It was my first time out of the country, and it was my first grant, which supported my trip. But I digress. And here's a lovely watercolor from Sanford, North Carolina by Beverly Bachmeyer. I ran a theater in Sanford for about 10 years. Beverly was a local artist, a member of the Brush and Palette Club, which some people might dismiss as just Sunday painters. But it produced some really lovely work by lovely people. And I will never forget Beverly. I don't know where she is now. And then I moved to Atlanta and then to Pine Lake. And now here's a piece by George LeRae, all the way back here, which I really invite you to look at closely because it's a light shown through a prism, and the prismatic light is shown through crystal. And this is a photograph of what results. It's exquisite. And George gave us this piece after an art salon that Alice and I hosted. Stand up, Alice. Hello. Part of this collection is hers, ours, I guess. Alice and I hosted the art salon for 10 years, beginning in 2008. And now we just do it early. And you can come. The next one is August the 4th. It's in the afternoon, Sunday afternoon from 3 to 5. It's free. It's in Pine Lake. It's wonderful. The artists that are coming up in August are Melissa Tidwell, a Presbyterian minister and wonderful writer, Shannon Turner, storyteller, and Jeannie Flint, a wonderful visual artist. If you are not on our mailing list, please see us. See Alice. She'll write your name down. And also, there were many other artists here that have come to the Art Salon. Who are they, one asks. Karen Phillips, who lives just up the street from here. You don't know Karen's work. She has a website. It's exquisite.
She actually had an exhibition here 4 years ago.
Oh, wonderful. And then there was Penny Brown. Penny Brown. And then Melinda's got a piece over here on the wall, that wonderful staircase. Also, I want to say that if you were not able to come to the salon on the 4th of August, there will be a poetry reading here on the 3rd of August that Jericho Brown is hosting. And would you like to guess who one of the featured poets will be? Alice. The one and only Alice Teeter. So at that point, you can spend more time with the art, and you can bid on it all the way up until, what, September 1st, I think we said. So I encourage you to do that. So anyway, back to the prepared remarks. Back to beauty. Now, my writing process entails actually searching a term on the internet to see what pops up. In fact, this is really just a procrastination strategy. But procrastination is very critical to my artistic process. So I found some very interesting definitions of beauty: symmetry, truth, genius, strange, dangerous. And from Ralph Waldo Emerson, one of my favorites, the handwriting of God. So beauty is a pretty heady topic. And there are a lot of aesthetics and philosophy floating around it. Now, just for the record, I never took an art appreciation course in college or an art history class or any of that. And I really have never read deeply into the philosophy of beauty. As they say, I know what I like. But today I want to dig in a little bit into why I like it and the role of beauty in our life. So in my web surfing, I found this one definition of beauty, which I actually thought was very elegantly written by a very anonymous sounding Grey Group International. So I went on the web and began to research, again procrastinating just a little longer. Grey Group International. It turns out there's this possibly nefarious global marketing and media enterprise, and this little definition is nowhere that I could find on their website, so who the hell knows where it really came from. But I thought I'd share it with you because it sort of encapsulates a classic definition of beauty. Beauty is an expansive and subjective concept that transcends mere physical appearance to encompass a variety of elements, including aesthetics, emotional connection, and personal values. At its essence, beauty is perceived through the lens of individual preference, cultural norms, and universal standards of what is appealing or desirable. So, records, what? Universal standards? I don't think so. Now, beauty is a concept that has justifiably gotten some heat for the assumption of really subjective standards: body image, facial features, food, oh, it's too hot, music, classical music. So beauty, the term has actually gotten sort of a bad rap in certain circles. But I propose that we just reclaim that word. And now, if beauty is a construct, then can we build one with justice and not judgment? I think we can. But we have to be aware of our own hidden traps of assumptions and universal standards. But let's go back to the Grey Group's definition. This multifaceted nature means that what one person sees as beautiful, another may not, highlighting the deeply personal experience of recognizing beauty in its various forms, be it art, nature, human beings, or everyday moments. Understanding beauty goes beyond recognizing it in the physical world. It involves an appreciation of the emotional and intellectual response it evokes within us. Beauty has the power to inspire feelings of joy, awe, or peace, driving creative expression and fostering a deeper connection with our surroundings. Beauty enriches our lives, offering a source of inspiration and contemplation that transcends the tangible aspects of what we see. It is this capacity to touch our hearts and minds that truly defines the essence of beauty. close quote. Now, I particularly noticed the phrases emotional and intellectual response and the phrase capacity to touch hearts and minds. Now, I think something's missing there, and I think it's the spiritual dimension. I think the spirit should be in there too. We collected this art because the work held a spirit or a memory of someone or a sometime, because it invoked or evoked that sudden intake of breath. I'll remind you that the genesis of the word inspire from Latin is to breathe.
Yes.
Remember, that's really important. So I think that's the primary purpose of beauty. For us to take note, pay attention, be in the moment, take a breath, appreciate the frozen flow and rhythm, the play of color. Beauty suspends time. I believe that art anchors your attention in the present in a very firm and commanding way. It can just reach right out and grab you and throw you into another realm. That's the suspension between the material and the sublime. That connection between reality and possibility. That is the beauty of beauty. And I propose that a constant awareness and attention to beauty creates an open circuit for spirit. That's my thesis. So I ask you, do you have enough beauty in your life? I want you to close your eyes for just a second. Imagine opening your eyes very first thing in the morning. What do you see? Does something bring a little wave of delight or a sparkle of energy or pleasure? Maybe you're not a visual person. What do you smell or feel? What do you all see when you open your eyes in the morning? Anybody want to volunteer something?
Light.
Share? Huh?
Light.
Light. Yes, yes, how beauty travels. Yeah.
My wedding picture.
Oh, wedding picture. Yes. Yes.
My cat staring at me. Where's my
Yes, there is certain beauty in that. Because they demand your attention. Yeah, anything else? I see a wonderful painting by Dee Spitz that's framed by a silk scarf made by Laverne Zabilski from Kentucky. And that's when I open up my eyes, that's the first thing I see. So beauty is all around us. Sometimes we just forget to look. We don't take that moment. So this is an invitation to you to look, really look. Notice the colors, the shapes, the rhythms, the balance and the swing, the textures, the weight, the contrasts, the surprises. Bring your attention to the moment, to this moment. I want you to close your eyes again for just a second. And when you open them, and I'll give you a cue, I want you just to look around the room. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. What do you see? Where do you see beauty? 30 seconds, timer. Just look around. We'll share in just a minute. Just look. Look. Bring your attention, your focus. Just look. And not just at the art. Just look. Just look. Be open to that circuit, that connection to the spirit. "30 seconds. So, what do you see? You want to just lean over to somebody and point out the thing you found to be of beauty for a couple of seconds?
The window.
Colors.
No, just to each other right now. We'll do a big group share in a minute. So just in little pairs or triads, just find a buddy and
Flowers that soothe.
what do you see? flowers outside. The what? The trees outdoors, yes. What else did you see? The flickering candle, yes, on both sides. It's beautiful.
Shiny gold on the sun.
Oh, the shine, nice attention there. Marcia.
The light coming through the stained glass windows.
Yeah, I noticed how many different kinds of light is in here. There are these lights, that's the natural light. There's these little lights up here, and you can't see it, but I can. There's lights reflected in the transom, and then there's more daylight out there. There's just all this light in here in different ways. What else did you see?
Lanier's picture.
Yes.
Which is up here.
Which is his photo or the
His painting.
this one here?
Yeah.
Okay. All praise to the artist. What else did you see?
Your outfit on the turquoise.
Thank you very much. I did bring attention to it to my last night.
Glenn's photo.
What?
Glenn's photo. Right there.
Of King?
Glenn, yeah.
Yes.
Well, no.
With the dog.
Oh, okay. With the
Wow.
dog. Good. What else? A couple more.
You got arch windows.
Yes, that graceful arch. That's the rhythm and the flow that I was talking about, that dynamic.
Music is a big thing for beauty for me, and the first thing I focused on was the harp. And
Yes.
how music is so much part of this space too.
Yeah, good. Marcia?
The statement and unity there is strength.
Excellent. So you see, there is beauty around us all the darn time. We just have to really stop, look, listen here, and see what it has to say to us. So I want to close with a poem by Mary Fagan, who read this to us at a September 2009 art salon. Beauty first, learned on the island of Kauai. Listen, I learned something this morning. Fruit comes from flowers. Do you see? Results come from joy and beauty first. You don't hammer seeds in the ground and wait for breakfast. The important step is in between. You eagerly plant 10 seeds or 1,000, and then the seeds quietly and invisibly, in comfort and heat, drowning and dryness. Well, the seeds either die or open up. And if they open up, mind you, if in their own time they graciously come up for you, what do they do first? They bloom. Beauty first, they shout. Beauty first, then breakfast. So please don't forget in the coming days, weeks, and months to take that 30 seconds just to look around and get your daily dose of beauty. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kathie. That was beautiful. Our final congregational song is in the new book, alphabetically, so it's W in the new book with a little help from my friend.